was born and socialized as a boy, admitted in a boys' school, went through Form 1 with a lot of problems. Now he's in Form 2, and the other boys have realized this boy is not like us. He has developed some little stones on the chest. He's looking like a little girl developing to a woman. He has not broken his voice. And would want to know down there what is there. And so every time he would sleep in the dorm, the other boys would always come and peep, open his blankets and peep. And he became so uncomfortable that he used to go and sleep in the caves together with the watchman of the school. That is why he was running away from school. Now, I am here to tell you this. We must protect our families. And these children are born and created by God. They belong to God. And for us to protect these families, because those families that have these children are also families, we must give these children their space. Constitution-wise, socially, religiously, education-wise, you must give them the space they require. Now, I don't want to go through so much presentation because I think my time has been taken away. I would want to give you assignment and homework to get into your social pages and to any book that you know that may be talking about intersex children so that you can understand the biological issue around it. I have interacted with many doctors. I have interacted with legal fraternity concerning this issue. And all I can tell you, nothing has been done about this category of children. Why am I here? I am here to talk to you because you have put family first in your daily activities, and that is why you have secured this day to sit here to talk about a family national policy, isn't it? I would want you to think how, in as much as you fight for the autistic children, you fight for all other type of children you've been fighting for, how you can include this category of children in the national policy, or in the national family policy, so that we can be able to give them the space and execute their rights, just like we are executing the rights of others. It's not their wish to be born that way. And you cannot blame anybody because it's a chromosomal problem, that we cannot really say it's because you did this so that that is why you got this type of a child. But because it has happened, we cannot kill them. We can only protect them. Now, I know most of you, when I talk about intersex, even when I was seated there, I was talking about intersex during the commercial break. Everybody was asking me, is it true there are such children? Do you believe they're there? Do you believe me? Yes. They are there. Can I tell you what life they go through? I'll tell you of one child who came to me and told me, I have heard you speak about us on radio, but I would want to tell you what I have been going through. He told me he went through a girls' school, but when he was in Form 3, of course he knew he had a male organ. Of course he knew he was not urinating like any other boy. Of course he knew, being in a girls' school, he was supposed to report with sanitary towels. And he reported with the sanitary towels, but he never used them all through till Form 3. Of course he knew he was not a girl. But he was socialized as a girl. When he was born at home, the people who helped the mother to deliver the boy named him a girl. And he grew up as a girl, went to a girls' school, socialized with girls all through up to Form 4. But when he was in Form 3, the other girls started calling him boy and started writing to him love letters. Oh, I love your lips. And one of the teachers spotted the letters, and the boy was evicted out of school. Where am I going? If we do not arrest this condition when these children are between 0 or rather 1 month to adolescence, we shall not stop fighting lesbianism and gayism even in our secondary schools. Let me say it as it is. Please forgive me, but I have to say it. Because this boy, hormonal-wise, he's attracted to the opposite sex because his body is being controlled by the male hormone. And the girls are getting attracted to the male condition of this boy. He's socialized as a girl. Now, upon completion of the Form 4, this boy, or this girl, let me call him girl, goes home and has no breasts. He's broken his voice and start telling everybody in the village, you knew me as a girl, but now I am a... And you start calling me who? James, from today. The mother had a lot of challenges explaining to her peers what is happening to her son, to her daughter, sorry. And went through denial phases since this child was born until at a certain level when she had a mental breakdown. And as we speak today, I'm sorry to talk about, I'm very sorry, but I have to say it. As we speak today, I was telling the moderator here, I have to rush to Mathare Mental Hospital because I've just organized with the county government of Nyandarua to have this mother attended to at Mathare Hospital, and I thank God this is happening. Now, why all this is happening, the grandma and the uncles to this boy do not want to be associated with this boy. And they cannot even attend to the mental case that is in that home. I'm very sorry to talk about this, but I'm just trying to tell you that this is a constituency of children that has nobody to fight for. They are living within our families. In as much as I want to reconcile the grandma with the son, or the grandma with the patient who I'm taking to Mathare, without sorting out this stigma issue, I'm doing that. Is it true, ladies and gentlemen? So sometimes we pray a lot, Bishop, in our churches as we try to reconcile families, but we don't understand the fundamental reasons why these families are disintegrating. Why are they running away? Now, amongst the 132 cases I have, I can tell you, I'm not so sure because I've not done that keen research, but I can tell you about 70% of those families that have been registered with intersex children, they are broken families. It's very sad. So how do we make sure that these families come together, live together? Even as we speak, there's a child being born somewhere, probably with an intersexual problem. Do you think the two parents will happily go home walking with a child that is intersex? One of them probably will run away, will abandon the child, and that is what has been happening. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite my son, I call him my son now, James Karanja, to come and say hi to you, because James has accepted to live the way he is. He's very bold, he's very strong, and he has told me, Mom, because you have helped me the far I have gone, I want to help the others to be strong and stand in the gap. Let's all appreciate James Karanja. A bigger clap, a louder one. Come, James. Thank you very much. James is a very strong man, very strong.
Hi team. Hi. My name is James Karanja, but when I was born a girl. I grew up when my mother and my whole community knew me as a girl. They took me to a secondary school that was a girls' boarding school. From there, that is, I have faced something that I would like not any child, regardless of the mother, whether she has got money or anything, to go what I've gone through. I used to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to take shower so that other girls could not notice that my boy was different from them. I myself was sent away the whole of second term in Form 4 because they thought that I was trying to instigate lesbianism in school because they found me with love letters. But eventually they agreed because they found that I was not in the whole situation of being a lesbian. After completing my high school, I thought that integrating with the community would be much easier. But that is where I faced the hardest obstacle of my life I think I'll ever face. Because guys in the whole neighborhood always claim that they will strip me my clothes so that they can know whether I'm a male or a female. When I was little, I used to admire a woman probably holding her head, child, probably going to church and saying, I one day want to be like that woman with that kid. But when I grew up and informed that is when I realized that I was in the wrong gender. I started loving and telling ladies. If I am a man with my family, place in the society, because I don't have any legal documents. With all those tribulations that I passed through in high school, I managed and I got a B-. That's a university grade here in Kenya. But I cannot get to university because the only legal document I have are the national examination certificate, but it is written Meroe therapy. I don't think I should face any more stigma when I go to a place like university. The government ought to recognize that people like me do exist. It is not my wish. I would have wished to be like you who is sitting there with one gender or to be known. When you look like me, do I look like a curse? That is what my family will have been thinking. My mother couldn't handle the pressure. My grandmother and my relatives at large, they don't want to be associated with me. I wonder, they should be interested in what is between my ears, that is my brain, not is what is between my legs, because what's there probably cannot please anyone. I hope and pray that one day a person like me can be recognized and unite a family like my family which is broken. I want to appreciate you for at least trying to get the giant out of me and trying to appreciate the dream that I have, because I believe that one day I will make a change in this country the better than I found it. Thank you, ma'am. God bless.
Oh, how lovely it can be for a young man to be bold enough to say it as it is. I thank God because when I spoke about these children, people who listen, they may not tell you they are hearing you, but they do. When James came to me and told me his problem, my first intervention, because he has been out of school since 2010, even after getting a B-, I had to first of all intervene on his registration so that he can enroll in university. I am so grateful that the University of Nairobi, through the registrar, the chief registrar, heard my plea and allowed James to be a student in the University of Nairobi. It was not easy because he didn't even have an ID. And so I talked to my local pastor and asked him to baptize James so that James can get a baptism card. Then I went to my local chief. I asked him to introduce James as James Karanja so that he can have the letter from the chief and a baptismal card so that he can apply for a national identity card. And I thank God, James is waiting for his ID. Oh, glory to God. I thank God that James will one day, after his political science course, he will be the voice. One day,